Hey guys, it's Star the Flippin' Hippo. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel at Flippin' Hippos. So a few weeks ago, eBay came out with their spring seller update. And by now, most of us have read it, heard about it, watched other YouTubers talk about it. eBay for Business on Facebook has gone live several times. And it's been spreading like wildfire that coming in the spring, if you want to keep your top rated plus badge and your extra discount on your final value fees, you are going to have to offer free returns. So most people are against it. I've seen some people say that they're going to just roll with it and go with the flow, and they're going to offer the free returns in order to keep that top rated seller badge and the discount on the final value fees. However, it seems like the majority of resellers are against it. A lot of people are very angry. A lot of people are really worried about what it's going to do to their sales when they lose that badge. Most people are up in arms right now and very angry, and a lot of the videos that eBay Live has been the eBay for Business has been going live, and in a lot of those videos they're defending their decision and saying that research shows when you turn free returns on that the returns do not increase. Now, I can't really speak on that because we've never experimented with it. We've never offered free returns, but I know resellers that have. I know quite a few, and they shared their experiences and they shared their results with me, and they weren't good. Most people will see their return rate go from 1% to 3 and 4%. They'll see weird reasons for returns that they've never seen before. And in one instance, Jamie Pace, most of you are familiar with Jamie, he said that people got rude. Like, once they knew they didn't have to pay, or once they knew that they could return it for any reason whatsoever free, they felt like they didn't need to have any kind of common decency or courtesy. Kind of like, I don't need to be nice to you because I don't need you to approve my return, so I'm just going to be a jerk. Like I said, I've never experimented with it. It's nothing we've ever done, but from what I've heard from resellers who have experimented with it and shared their results, it was a bad experience. Returns increased phenomenally. The attitudes were different. It just wasn't a good experience for the resellers that tried it. And I know that there are a couple more resellers I know that are turning on free returns right now to just kind of dip their toes in and get a feel for what it's going to be like. So here's the thing. Personally, I am against free returns. I don't see any reason to ever have free returns for 3 reasons. Number 1, I feel like turning on free returns is inviting people to rent your stuff, regardless of what you sell. If you're selling DVDs, video games, you're inviting people to rent them, watch the movie, beat the game, and return it. If you sell books, you are now a library. They're going to get the book, they're going to read it, and they're going to want to return it. I'm not saying that 100% of buyers on eBay would do this. I'm saying a vast majority would. I'm saying that turning on the free returns attracts these types of people. If you want to attract dishonest buyers, if you want to attract scammers, turn your free returns on. I guarantee you they're going to come out of the woodwork and they're going to rent your items. And if it's clothing that you sell, they're going to get a dress or a tie or something for some event, wear it and send it back. Number 2, okay, number 1 was return. They're going to treat you like a rental. Number 2, you're also opening up the doors to be a dressing room, and I feel very strongly on this, especially with women's clothing. You're inviting people to get your stuff just to try it on, and if it doesn't fit, they're going to send it back. And number 3, you're inviting people to no longer read, well, not that they do anyway, but you're basically asking for trouble. You're saying you don't have to read my description. You don't have to pay attention to the measurements. You can just see something that you like and not pay attention, not read, whatever. Just get it and try it. And if you don't like it, my camera's out of focus now. There we go. So this is just how I feel, and I feel very, very strongly on the subject, especially when it comes to women's clothing. You're inviting that revolving door of being a dressing room. Now, this is just how I feel. I feel that turning on that free returns puts a red light, a flashing red light on your store. Hey, everybody, if you just want something for a little while, if you just want to rent it, if you just want to try it on, if you don't have the time or the wherewithal to read the description or pay attention to measurements, please buy from my store because I take it all back for free. I cannot get over that stance. I just can't. That is how I honestly feel. Like I said, I'm not saying all buyers are bad. I mean, the majority of buyers that we have on a day-to-day basis are great. I mean, for every one troublesome buyer or scammer that we have hundreds of really awesome people who leave great feedback. Sometimes we get messages after the fact that people are just so happy with their purchase. It's great. I mean, most buyers are good. But if you want to attract the ones out there that are bad, this is the way to do it. Now, here's the thing. Keith doesn't feel the same way that I feel. So, he doesn't think that turning those free returns on is just going to be an open invitation for the renters, the try-on-ers, or whatever, what have you. He really doesn't feel that way, and I do. So this is a point of contention, and we're going to have some discussions about what to do, because he thinks that returns will increase. Of course, they're going to increase. We've had feedback before, positive feedback from people who have actually commented in their feedback, "Hey, this didn't quite fit right, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it." We've heard that. We've had people who've opened returns with us before for an item not fitting, and we accepted it, and it never gets sent back. And I think that a lot of times people open the return because the item doesn't fit, and when they find out how much it costs to ship it back, it's not worth it to them for the amount of money they're going to get back. So I think that a lot of times people get clothes that don't fit, and they don't send them back because they don't want to have that expense, so they just decide to keep it. So obviously having free returns is going to increase your returns, even if I can get on Keith's boat and say, no, it's not going to increase the scammers and the renters. You're going to get an increase in returns, because if it's free to return, why not? Like, that's just if it's not going to cost me anything to return it, and it didn't really fit, or I didn't really like the way it looked, I'm going to return it. Whereas in the past, if it cost me $3 or $4 to send something back that I only paid $12 for, I might keep it or give it to a friend. You know what I mean? So Keith does agree that the returns are going to increase. He doesn't think they'll increase exponentially like I expect they would, and he doesn't really feel as strongly on the points that I feel. So now what you have to decide is, if the returns are going to increase, how much are they going to increase, and how much is it going to cost you, and is it going to offset the increased sales? So it's not anything you can really guess about. You would almost have to do it and keep track, kind of like an experiment, and see. Turning on free returns, how does that increase your sales? And how much does it increase your sales? And then how much does your returns increase? What those cost you versus the increase in sales? And it's nothing that you can guess at. You would have to try it. So you would have to say, like, turn them on for 30 days and just keep track. My sales went up this much, and my returns went up this much. So, if you increased your profits by like $300 a month and you only increased your returns by like $5, well, that's $15 extra you spent in returns that would be outweighed by the overall increase in sales. Now, with them basically forcing us to have free returns to keep our top rated plus badges, you can almost guarantee your sales are going to increase. Your sales are going to increase with free returns anyway, for a lot of reasons. The bad reasons, like I said, your sales are going to increase because people are now going to buy things they maybe wouldn't have bought before because they know they can try it before they buy it, basically. Send it back for free. They can rent it. But there's also, there's still those good buyers out there who will buy from you with the free returns because it increases their confidence in you. That, if you're going to pay to return it, if you're not happy with it, then they have that increased buyer confidence with you as a seller. So, turning on free returns is always going to increase your sales. So come June, when the switch is flipped and you have to have free returns to have your top rated seller badge, your sales are going to increase if you have that on because of the people that only pay attention to things like top rated seller plus. And so if you have the free returns on and you keep your badge, are you going to get better search results? Are you going to show up better in searches because you're following what eBay wants us to do? So there's going to be that advantage too. Like by having the free returns and keeping the badge, you're probably going to get better results in searches because that's what eBay does. So when they encouraged everyone to flip on the switch for the 60-day returns, you got better search ranking placement if you did that. So people who do it are going to get better placement in searches. They're going to keep their badge. So yeah, your sales are going to increase for a lot of reasons. Is it going to be enough to cover the increase in returns? And how much are they going to increase? And I still feel like you're just going to attract some bad people because once buyers hear, oh, anybody with this badge takes stuff back for free, I just don't see it being a good thing. So if we do it, the big if, two things, and Keith is on board with these two things. He wants to do it because he wants to keep the badge and the discount. See, that's something else you have to take into account. So your increased sales versus your increased returns, do they offset each other? But if you don't do the returns, are your sales going to drop? Are you going to see your sales go down? And how much are you spending by losing that discount for top rated plus? So basically where we stand right now on our different sides of this canyon, we're not going to do it right away. We're going to kind of wait around and see. And I think you almost have to wait 30 days to see if there's a real difference. So if our sales tank, if June comes and they flip that switch and we lose our badge and our sales completely tank and we're not even getting that discount anymore, then we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to turn them on or whatever. You're almost being forced to at that point. And so if we turn them on, the big if, it is only going to be because our sales tanked so bad from not doing it, or it's just, not worth losing that discount. So having that discount and the increased sales would offset returns. And that's just something I guess we're just going to have to gauge. We're going to have to wait until they turn it on and wait 30 days and see what happens. And then if we turn them on, like I said, there's two things. Only first class items. There's no way in hell we are offering free returns on anything that is £1 or more or going priority. I mean, the only exception to that may be the jeans that we sell. They go in padded flat rates. But even then, I'm kind of iffy on that. Like, I don't think they should be included in free returns. Keith thinks they should. But, with our shipping discount, it's $6.90 to send a padded flat rate. When a buyer gets a pair of jeans, they're not going to have padded flat rates on hand. Those are a specialty item you have to order from the post office, from the USPS website. They don't have them at the post office. You have to go to the website for the postal service and order flat rates specifically. So buyers aren't going to have padded flat rate envelopes lying around. Will they keep the padded flat rate envelope that you sent the item in to send it back in? Maybe, sometimes. I mean, we get stuff back in our original packaging sometimes, and then sometimes we don't. Sometimes it comes in all different. I mean, we had a guy send back a first class shirt in a box, and he paid priority rate to send it back. So, you know, buyers aren't as savvy on shipping as we are, because we have to be. You know, as sellers, we have to be on the up and up with shipping. We have to know the ins and outs and the different materials you can get and the different ways you can send stuff. Buyers don't know this stuff. So if they get a pair of jeans and they don't keep the original packaging for whatever reason, they throw your padded envelope out, they tear it, they rip it when they're opening it, how are they sending the jeans back? Are they putting them in a box? What are they doing? Are they sending it by weight? Because now you're looking at, it cost me $6.90 to send them this pair of jeans, but when they return them, are you paying $10 and $12 by weight to get them back? And then if they're, you know, bread and butter jeans and they're just like your $18, $20 jeans that you have stocked your store with just as like a bread and butter item, and we have a lot of those because we get our jeans for 99 cents. So getting jeans for 99 cents that we can send in a padded flat rate totally makes sense to sell for $18 and $20. The bread and butter ones, you know, the American Eagle and such. But once it comes back on a free return, it is no longer worth selling. And buyers aren't going to send it back properly. I mean, chances are you're going to have a few who just put it right back in the same padded flat rate and slap the return label on. But most of them are not going to do that. They're going to have different packaging. They're going to put them in a box. They're going to go by weight. And then these $18, $20 jeans that you only paid $1 for are now worth nothing. So number one, if we turn free returns on, it's only going to be on first class. There's, just like I said, there's no way in hell I'm doing free returns on any priority items that are going by weight. If jeans are going to be included in the yes or the no, we don't know yet. But definitely first class items, things that are shipping for $3, if we had to turn it on, if we had to do the free returns, if our sales tanked that bad, then I would say first class items, I would almost want to say just men's, but you'd have to turn on women's clothing too. And then jeans are a whole different story. And then number two, no international. Nope. So we do the global shipping program, and I heard on the last video when eBay for Business went live that they're going to have an option rollout with this new policy that when you're offering global shipping, there's going to be an option on the listing where you can turn the free returns on for only domestic, and then you can turn it off for any international. So you can have that free return offered on a shirt that ships to the lower 48, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and Alaska. But you can just like click this button that if it goes through the global shipping program, it'll turn it off. And so that would be something we would do too. So the big if we ever did free returns, I mean, I would think that we would have to have a serious tank in our sales and a serious visible thing that we could see and feel the ramifications of not turning them on and losing that badge and losing that discount, and serious benefits to having it turned on. And then it would only be on first class, and it would never ever do anything that went through the global shipping program or internationally. So that is where we stand on the free returns. We're not united. We have different opinions. We're not united. He has his opinion, I have mine. So it's just going to be something that we're going to have to work out. I may change my mind, he may change his mind. I mean, there's a lot of factors that can come into play. We'll have to see. But, you know, so let me know what you guys think. Are you guys going to turn them on? Are you going to wait and see? What are you going to do? How do you feel about it? Leave me some comments down below. If you like this video, please smash that like button. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are at Flippin' Hippos. Until next time, you guys have a good night.